Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about geometric design of roads. So, in this lecture series, subject transportation engineering, in first few lectures we studied about modes of transportation, highway engineering, highway planning. In this lecture we are going to discuss about the geometric design of highways. Okay, what is the importance of geometric design? The geometric design of highway deals with the dimension and layout of feasible features of the highway, such as alignment, side distance, and intersection. The main objective of highway design is to provide minimum efficiency in traffic operation with maximum safety at responsible cost. Geometric design of highways deals with the following elements: cross section elements, side distance considerations, horizontal alignment details, vertical alignment details, and intersection elements. What are the design controls and criteria? So, there are different design controls and criteria are there. First, design speed, topography, traffic factors, design hourly volume and capacity, environmental and other factors. First, design speed. In India, different speed standards have been assigned for different class of roads. Design speed may be modified depending upon the terrain condition. Topography classified based on the general slope of the country. Plain terrain less than 10%, rolling terrain 10 to 25%, mountainous terrain 25 to 60%, steep terrain 60 greater than 60%. Then traffic factor, vehicular characteristics and human characteristics of road users. Different vehicle classes have different speed and acceleration characteristics, different dimensions and weight. Human factor includes the physical, mental, and psychological characteristics of driver and pedestrian. Design hourly volume and capacity. Traffic flow fluctuating with time. Low value during off-peak hours of the highest value during the peak hours. That means in morning up to 8 to 10 a.m. there is a highest traffic density, and in between 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. there is a highest traffic value. Okay, then it is uneconomical to design the roadway for peak traffic flow. Okay, environmental factors. Aesthetics, landscaping, air pollution, noise pollution are the environmental factors for design speed. Pavement surface characteristics. Pavement surface depends on the type of pavement, which is decided based on the first availability of material, volume and composition of traffic, soil subgrade, climatic condition, construction facility, cost considerations. These are the most important factors on which pavement surface depends. Okay, so the most important surface characteristics are friction, pavement unevenness, light reflecting characteristics, drainage of surface water, etc. Then what is mean by friction? Skidding, when the path traveled along the road surface is more than the circumferential movement of the fields due to their rotation. And slipping, when a field revolves more than the corresponding longitudinal movement along the road. Then factors affecting the friction or skid resistance. There are different factors which are affects on the friction or skid resistance. First, type of pavement surface. Second, roughness of pavement. Condition of the pavement, that is wet or dry. Type and condition of tire. Speed of the vehicle, brake efficiency, load and tire pressure, and temperature of tire and pavement. Then light reflecting characteristics. Night visibility very much depends upon the light reflecting characteristics of the pavement surface. The glare caused by the reflection of headlights is high on wet surface or wet pavement surface than on dry pavement, particularly in case of blacktop pavement or flexible pavement. Light colored or white pavement or rigid pavement surface give good visibility at night, particularly during the rain, and produces glare or eye strain during bright sunlight. That means rigid pavements gives good visibility at night than the flexible pavements. Okay. Then highway cross section elements. There are different, if we see the cross section of any type of road, then what are the different concepts related to that highway cross section we are going to discuss about. That means highway cross section elements. First, carriageway, shoulder, roadway width, right of way, building line, control line, median, camber, crown, side slope, curb, guardrail, side drain, and other facilities. These are the most important elements of highway cross sections. Okay, we are going to discuss in detail. So first, carriageway. What do you know about carriageway? It is the travel way which is used for movement of vehicle. It takes the vehicular loading. It may be cement concrete road or bituminous pavement. That means carriageway is the part of road on which road is used for the, or carriageway used for the movement of vehicle. Okay, and it takes the load of vehicle. Okay, width of carriageway is determined on the basis of the width of vehicle and the minimum side clearance for safety. As per IRC specification, the maximum width of vehicle is 2.44 meter and minimum clearance of 0.68 in case of single lane and 1.02 meter in case of double lane. Okay. So what are the IRC specifications for the carriageway for width and for various classes of roads? We can see this in the table. Class of road and width of carriageway in meter as per the IRC specification. Single lane 3.75 meter, two lane without raised curves 7 meter, two lane with raised curves 7.5 meter, intermediate lane 5.5 meter, multi lane pavement 3.5 per lane in meter. Okay, and road classification and roadway width. Okay, so first NH and SS, National Highway and State Highway, single lane and two lane. Single lane plain or rolling terrain should be 12 and mountainous and steep terrain should be 6.25. Similarly for the two lane. Then major district roads, single lane and two lane, 9 meter should be plain and rolling terrain and maintenance and steep terrain should be 4.75. For other district roads, single and two lane, single lane 7.5 for plain and rolling terrain, say 4.75 for mountainous and steep terrain. Similarly for two lane of other district roads, plain road width should be 9 meter and for mountainous and steep terrain 4.7 meter. And for village roads, single lane, roadway width should be for plain 7.5 meter and for mountainous and steep terrain 4 meter should be there. Here we see two lane two-way road and the carriageway has been shown in the figure. The actual portion of the road on which the vehicles move and the load of vehicles can take. Then second cross-section element of highway is shoulder. It is provided along the road edge to serve as an emergency lane for vehicle. It acts as a service lane for vehicles that have broken down. The minimum shoulder width of 4.6 meter so that a truck stationed at the side of the shoulder would have a clearance of 1.85 meter from the pavement edge. IRC recommended the minimum shoulder width is 2.5 meter. It should have sufficient load bearing capacity even in wet weather. The surface of the shoulder should be rougher than the traffic lanes so that vehicles are discouraged to use the shoulder as a regular traffic. The color should be different from that of the pavement so as to be distinct. Okay, here we can see the shoulder of the road has been shown. Cycle track, footpath, these are the shoulders which is related or apart from the carriageway. Okay, that is untreated shoulder and that is treated shoulder. Here in figure we can see untreated shoulder is the soil and treated shoulder has having the bituminous surface. Okay, then width of the roadway or formation width. It is the sum of the width of the carriageway or pavement including separators if any and the shoulders. Then right of way. It is the total area of land acquired for the road along its alignment. It depends on the importance of the road and possible future development. It is desirable to acquire more width of land as the cost of adjoining land invariably increases very much soon after the new highway is constructed. Okay, building lane. In order to reserve sufficient space for future development of roads, it is desirable to control the building activities on either side of road boundary beyond the land width acquired for the land. Control lines. In addition to building line, it is desirable to control the nature of building up to further set back distance. Traffic separators or median. These are the most important cross-section element of highway. The main function is to prevent head-on collision between the vehicle moving in opposite direction, channelize traffic into streams at intersection, segregate slow traffic and to protect pedestrians. IRC recommends a minimum desirable width of 5 meter and may be reduced to 3 meter where land is restricted. The minimum width of median in urban area is 1.2 meter. Here we can see in the figure median or separator, road separator, fourth lane divided carriageway or dual carriageway. Okay, here we can see the median or separator of road. Then cross slope or camber. Camber is nothing but the convexity provided at the center of the road. Okay, it is the slope provided to the road surface in the transverse direction to drain off the rainwater from the road surface. So the camber is provided at the center of the road, the convexity provided at the center of the road to drain off the rainwater from the road surface. To prevent the entry of surface water into the subgrade soil through pavement. To prevent the entry of water into the bituminous pavement layer. To remove the rainwater from the pavement surface as quick as possible and to allow the pavement to get dry soon after the rain. It is expressed as a percentage or 1 vertical and not NH. It depends on the pavement surface and amount of rainfall. Shape of the cross slope. Parabolic shape, fast moving vehicles. Straight line, combination of parabolic and straight line. Okay, recommended values of camber for different types of road surface. Type of road surface and the range of camber in the areas of rainfall range. Okay, so concrete roads, cement concrete roads are high type bituminous pavement, heavy 1 in 50 that is 2% and light 1 in 60 that is 1.7%. Thin bituminous surface, the camber should be 1 in 40 that is 2.5% or in light area 1 in 50 that is 2%. Water-bound macadam, WBM or gravel pavement, the range of camber should be 1 in 33 that is 3% and for light 1 in 40 that is 2.5%. Then earth road surface, range of camber in area of rainfall range 1 in 25 for heavy rain 4% and for light 1 in 33 that is 3%. Too steep slope is not desirable because of the following reasons: uncomfortable side thrust and unequal wear of the tires as well as road surface. Problem of toppling over highly laden bullock cart and truck. tendency of most of vehicle travel along the center line. Curb. It indicates the boundary between the pavement and shoulder. It is desirable to provide curbs in urban areas. It is of three types. First, low or mountable curb. It allows the driver to enter the shoulder area with little difficulty. The height of this type of shoulder curb is about 10 cm above the pavement edge with slope to help the vehicle climb the curb easily. Okay. Second, semi-barrier curb. It is provided on the periphery of a roadway where the pedestrian traffic is high. Height of about 15 cm above the pavement edge with a batter of 1:1 on the top 7.5 cm. It prevents parking the vehicle, but during emergency, it is possible to drive over this curb with some difficulty. The third type of the curb is barrier type curb. It is provided in built up area adjacent to the footpath with considerable pedestrian traffic. The height of the curb is about 20 cm above the pavement edge with a steep batter of 1 vertical, 0.2 horizontal, 0.25 horizontal. We can see in the graphs or figures where is the curb is located. Okay, you can see the curves, different types of curves which are shown by the arrows. Then guardrail. It is provided at the edge of the shoulder when the road is constructed on a field exceeds 3 meters. It is also provided on horizontal curve so as to provide a better night visibility of the curves under the headlight of the vehicle. You can see the guardrails in the figure which is shown by these arrows. Guardrails are there. Then road margins. Parking lane. These are provided on urban roads to allow curb parking. As far as possible, only parallel parking should be allowed as it is safer for moving vehicle. It should have sufficient width, say 3 meters. Lay-by. These are provided near the public conveniences with guide map to enable driver to stop clear of the carriageway. It has 3 meter width, 30 meter length with 15 meter end tapers on both sides. Bus bays. These may be provided by recessing the curb to avoid conflict with moving traffic. It is located at least 75 meters away from the intersection. Frontage road. These are provided to give access to properties along an important highway with control access to expressway or freeway. It may run parallel to the highway and are isolated by separator. Driveway. It connects the highway with commercial establishment like fuel stations, service stations, etc. It should be located away from the intersection. Cycle track. It provided in urban areas when the volume of cycle traffic on the road is very high. A minimum width of 2 meters is provided for cycle track. Footpath. These are provided in urban areas where the vehicles are as well as pedestrian traffic are heavy. To protect the pedestrian and decrease accident, minimum width of 1.5 meter is provided for footpath. Okay. You can see in the diagram lay-bys, footpaths, cycle tracks are there. Okay. Bus bays where we can stop the buses apart from the roads. Frontage road where we can drive the bicycles. And these are the cross section of highway in hilly area. Typical road cross section or road section in hilly area. This is the cross section of road in built up area. 4-lane divided roadways. And different cross section elements are shown in the cross section. Roadway, carriageway, and the different courses, subgrade, base, cement, concrete, shoulders has been shown, the cross section of flexible pavement and cross section of rigid pavement, roadway width has been shown and carriageway has been shown. This is the picture of 4th lane roads showing all the cross section components. This is the cross section of road in cutting. Guardrails are there, which is shown by the arrows. Okay, thank you very much.